When Dominic was a baby, he was the average screaming baby that, probably no one would like to babysit at the time, and that's probably why I had trouble getting a babysitter. But yeah, he was just a normal little boy growing up. He was very boisterous and a bit naughty, but when they're coming up to like 2-year-old, what kid isn't that bit, that little bit naughty, so. But because of his like big brown eyes and the way he had like a cheeky smile, he tended to get away with a lot of stuff. We've been like a single parent. He used to like rile me up, and the amount of times I chased him around the house and just shouting, "Dominic, get here," because he knew what strings to pull, and then what he'd do, he'd make you feel guilty for him, so you'd go out and buy him something, but it wouldn't be a simple like £1 or £2 toy. He'd always want something like the new Manchester United shirt or the new Huddersfield Town shirt. So at first he did want to be a footballer, but he broke his leg when he was 7, and my mum was looking after him when I was at work, and he used to rile her up. So one day she turned around to him and said, "You're going back to football, whether you've got to be the goalie, just to stand in goals." So he did, and he was quite a good little goalie. For like 9-year-old, he could kick the ball over like halfway, and he used to like run up for corner kicks. And if, say, like all the players like up the top, if he were in the goals bored, like you'd look at him and he'd be doing like press-ups on the goals, as if to say, I'm bored. We had a lot of laughs to say like they were only me and him in the house. Well, on the night, my mum and dad brought Dominic home because I'd been working. He was bored. He's a typical lad, and always bored and wanting something to do. So I was saying, "Play on your PlayStation." He was like, "No." So I was like, "Watch a DVD." I was like, "No." And then I think he put on a DVD, and I kissed him goodnight like I did every night. Said, "I love you, I'll see you in the morning," which I did that anyway. I did that every night. And anyway, the morning come, I thought instantly, normally Dominic had come running out of his bedroom in the morning because he was really time conscious for school, and it must have been a competition to be the first one at school every day, or something like that. So anyway, this morning I was coming out of my bedroom and Dominic never come out of his. I was shouting, "Dominic, come on, you're going to be late for school, you're going to be late for school." So I thought, he's messing about. Because normally he'd do that, if he were messing about, like he'd play hide and seek and you wouldn't find him for about an hour. So anyway, I'd gone into his bedroom and he was just face down, laying to the wall. So I went over and shook him. But when I shook him, it was like he was frozen. So I knew instantly something was wrong. So I like pulled him over, which at that time it was like a dead weight. So I couldn't really like move him. So started panicking, and finally when I did get him over, like there was all sick all over him, and when I looked at him, it wasn't my son I was looking at. So I phoned the ambulances, and in my property, like a back-to-back property, and so I could hear the sirens. It felt like it was like half an hour in the time, but in that time I was like trying to feel, for anything, like listen for a heartbeat, but my heartbeat was beating that much, it was mine, I could actually hear. So anyway, I heard the sirens, ran round and like flagged them in, and they ran upstairs, and within seconds they were just walking down, and I just looked at them and said, "I know." And at the time, I remember one of the paramedics like opened a window and kept the door open at the time, which I thought, well, at that time I thought, he'd frozen to death. That was my initial thought. And then the policeman called on scene, and they'd phoned my mum up, and I remember like my family coming down, and I was just looking at him saying, "I haven't done anything." And then obviously we had to evacuate premises for some reason, which I didn't know that at the time. And then the coroner had phoned up in the afternoon stating that he died from carbon monoxide poisoning, which at the time I had to turn and ask my family what it was, because I'd never heard of it before. And didn't come out till like 3 days later that the carbon monoxide didn't even come from my house. It had come from next door's house into Dominic's bedroom. It had seeped through brickwork and killed him as he slept. They reckon the amount of carbon monoxide poisoning that was actually in his bedroom, he probably dead within 5 minutes. At the time, I only thought it'd be like me going through it, and I didn't realise till years later how much it did affect my family and also a lot of friends. I didn't even realise that at the time his school friends and the people at his school, they was actually scared to go to sleep, thinking that, well, if it can happen to Dominic, you know what I mean, it can happen to one of us. So the school had to actually get a vicar into the school to like sort the children out and that, but it didn't only affect my family, it affected like a whole community. What made me want to be involved is that I think it's an absolutely brilliant project. It's going to get a lot of awareness out there. Hopefully people will go out, learn about carbon monoxide and go out and buy a carbon monoxide alarm. Any parent watching and listening to this, I would say go out and buy a carbon monoxide alarm. I'd give it £1 million to be... Sorry? Take 2 million. To any parent watching, at the time Dominic died, I didn't know what carbon monoxide was. I didn't even know carbon monoxide alarms were available. Which, looking back, if Project Shout can give you that awareness and give you the knowledge, maybe the Project Shout can save someone in your family. And I shouldn't be sitting here today telling you a lot. I should have had the knowledge that night, and I'd pay £1 million to see my son again, but that's never going to happen.